Welcome everybody to Le Mans in this week's multi-class endurance race. So we have P1, P2 and GT3s within the lobby with an added bonus of stuttering and poor network. Not too sure what the poor network is about because I've been in the lobby for 20 minutes and it was fine. Start the race, it says poor network, and then as the race begins now, the poor network disappears. What also disappears is my traction coming off the line because I have chosen to go for hard tyres with a full tank of fuel. What I forgot to choose to do was turn for this corner coming up ahead as I go gravel castle building. Regaining control of the car, bringing it back on the track, I end up clipping the Merc to my right hand side, so sorry about that there buddy, that was definitely my fault for an absolute horrid rejoin. Florida Man up in front in position 10 is making moves ahead. Another thing to point out as I go into the back of Florida Man is I am running minimal downforce on the front and the rear. So my braking distance are a little bit longer than other people's, as well as my top speed is a little bit higher than everybody else's. So hopefully we can gain upon that as I look to making a move right now, and beautifully done. Beautifully done. Another thing I would like to point out is we have no action replay camera, so we are stuck on this view. That person was stuck against the wall, but we are stuck with this view for the entirety of the race because Forza is still yet to let replays last longer than 20 minutes, which is quite shocking really in 2025. But what can you do? Just gotta laugh at it, because we can't have a replay lasting longer than 20 minutes if it does download. Anyway, moving on, coming down here now, a few more cars are meeting whatever fate happened to them. I'd love to have been able to know, but we have Florida Man to our left hand side here, braking at the hut on the right hand side just there. Florida Man brakes a little bit late and ends up fluffing up the whole corner and meets a new section. Get a little bit into the car behind. I'm not too sure how we came together, but thankfully we came out the other side perfectly fine. Now, reasons for choosing hard tyres at the beginning of this race is because, if I remember correctly, a hard tyre could last about 20 to 25 minutes, so I'm going to go hard, then soft, and hopefully that will plan out well. If other people are going to go on mediums, that means they may have to pit one more time than myself, or maybe two more times than myself, and that is a good 30 odd seconds in the pits, whereas I could be finding that time on the road. Now, going to make a move on this player here. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. Kiwikia04. I tried it, and braking down to this corner now, cutting that corner a little bit down to second gear and turning in. So yeah, hopefully the hard tyre strategy may work out in our favour. One thing I should have actually planned better, not just this corner, is my fuel strategy really, because I'm at the moment running a full tank, and now that's only 8 laps worth of fuel we are going to have to fill up at some point of this race. Not knowing what the fuel strategy or how much fuel I need for the race really, on how many laps it's going to be, we are in a neutral zone of I'll just fill the tank and see how long it lasts, and then when I go to the pits I will top it up again, and hopefully I'll only have to fuel up once. That is my idea, as I again forget that this car's ability to corner is not all there, although Kiwi Kia did brave a move there and ended up having a little bit of contact with myself, but thankfully no harm no foul. We are going to go I was going to make it look like I'm going to inside here, but they definitely have a better cornering ability than myself. Especially the cars behind, they definitely corner better than myself. I think that's the Orca, and yeah, that car is insane for cornering. This car is insane for top speed. Corner doesn't really matter too much on this track. It matters somewhat, like, but I've done it last year sometime when I drove the Porsche. And overall, throughout the whole of the race, I was much quicker being with minimal downforce and then struggling a little bit in the latter section of the track. Not just this section. I'm getting my feet. I'm finding my feet. that's all I can say. I mean, Kiwi Kia is having a sketchy moment. I think that's a ping related issue. So I'm just going to send it up the inside here and hopefully they don't clip into me. As well as I'm holding up the cars behind, and I think the cars behind accelerate a little bit quicker, handle a lot better, but overall this car is much faster. And hopefully these tyres will last a good period of time as well. As you can see, they are starting to go cold a little bit. We are going down the straight here. So coming down here on the left hand side, looking out for the board there, then the national speed limit sign straight after it. By the looks of it, like national speed limit sign. And that is my braking point coming through this corner now, accelerating out the other side. I'm actually wanting to point out one massive thing I was totally unexpected. Is how well this car handles with no downforce on it. Like, I would have expected the back end to be stepping out everywhere or something like that. Nope. This car is handling like a proper trooper, and it really caught me off guard really, because I expected a bit more of an animal within it. And just by planning my corner exits better, gently applying the power, or just going a bit smoother, this car really did shine. And I am now 9 seconds away from Izio Boy 1666.3 up in front, and Kiwi Kia 2.7 seconds away. So although Kiwi Kia had a better handling car than myself, I still think for minimal downforce on this thing, it handles exceptionally well, and it is really quick. Jumping ahead to lap 4, as you can see now, we are still in position 5, 7.8 seconds away from Izio Boy up in front, and 9.2 seconds away from Kiwi Kia behind. Tyres are 27% on the front, and the back's a little bit more. We are 46 minutes of this race remaining, so almost 15 minutes within this race, and we're already at 20% tyre wear, so I don't know. 27% tyre wear, so they're certainly not going to make a full 30 minutes on hard tyres. So yeah, the idea and strategy may work out in my favour. Hard, and then jump on softs for the latter 15 minutes-ish of the race, give or take. Yeah, hopefully this idea will work out. Coming down here now, we are still 7 points whatever seconds away from position 3 and 10 seconds away from Kiwi Kia. I mean, look at this car now coming around this section here. We have again zero downforce, and it is really holding on for dear life. Don't get me wrong, aerodynamically this car is a downforcey kind of car, let's put it that way. But yeah, I was really shocked. Yeah, credit where credit's due, BMW. You've done a good job here. Coming down here now, we are braking just before, well, just as the pit entrance starts. Over the curves we go, braking again, over the curves we go. Could have done that a little bit better. You gotta be careful of that little red sausage on the inside. Sometimes you can take it and it'll be fine. Oh, there's a person in the pits there. I'm in position 3. That was Izio Boy. Oh, look at that. I'm on podium. Saltier Racer 10 seconds away, and Sakurus 23 14 seconds away with a penalty. So yeah, absolutely brilliant. We're on the podium now. They've just come out. No, they haven't. Kiwi Kia is 10.2 seconds away, so I'm not too sure when they come out of the pits. They may have been on the soft tyres, that player that was in the pits. 15 minutes, 16 minutes. Yeah, could well be the reason why they're in the pits this early and nobody else is. So maybe for the rest of the race they're either going to go mediums or hards. But jumping ahead to lap 6, we are 40 minutes remaining of the race. Tyres are 40%, 46, 47% on the rears. Maybe 1 or 2 laps left in these to go, but we are in position 2, and Florida Mine is behind us 22 seconds away. Almost forgetting to brake there because I'm too busy looking at the leaderboard. Saltier Racer is 15 seconds ahead at the moment and possibly gaining. I have no idea how Forza cannot do math at the top left of the screen. 50.1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have no idea what it's doing. It's Sakurus is now in position 3, 26.3 seconds away, and don't forget they went into the pits. Braking just before the cameraman on the right hand side, down the second gear, into this corner we go, turning in nice and tight and accelerating out the other side. See how stable this thing is? It is beautiful to drive. A I do think though, if I go on to minor wear, it won't be as stable as it is at the moment, so we'll have to see how that one plays out. To be fair, I think I want to brave another lap after this. We'll see when it clicks onto minor wear and what time I am when I'm just about at the pits, because it may or may not be worth it pushing it another lap. We are 48% on the rear, 49% on the left hand rear. Yeah, it's not, I don't think it's worth it. I'm going to go into the pits at the end of this lap, because even though we're on a straight line coming down the back there, it has a monumental amount of tyre wear still. So I don't want to be at this latter section of the race struggling to hold on to this car with worn tyres. So yep, that'll be my strategy. Come into the pits at the end of this lap. We'll be braking just before the second to last board here, down to second gear, turning in, clicking into first and accelerating out the side. Put the power on and it just holds this car. It's absolutely brilliant. Our best lap at the moment is a 343.969, but I do think there's improvements to be made upon that time. And don't forget, when I get onto soft tyres, certain improvements will be made, because I will be much faster. Coming through this section now, you want to be in fourth gear and just really holding it in fourth gear and just going in and out of the red line. You can see how well just using the engine helps with braking, helps with rotation, things like that. So yeah, just brilliant driving. Oh, Saltier Racer up in front is in the pits, so it's perfect timing. We're going to join them in there. They're probably on the same strategy as myself. Hard tyres, and soft tyres after that. More than likely, unless they manage to really make those medium tyres last, because I don't think anybody else has, except for Florida Man hasn't pitted yet, who is 30 seconds away. Feels like a forever pit entry. Hard tyres, fuel, custom. I'm going to fill the tank up again, because we have 4 laps remaining after that, so I've used just over 2/3 of a tank doing this first stint. And hopefully the last stint I may just have enough fuel to not have to top it up, and that is my plan. I know some people say that the weight is against you or things like that. I'm not sure. Do you actually notice much of a difference lap time wise, that if you have a full tank to a half full tank and you fill up again, is it better for you to fill up halfway through the race time wise? You know, is it quicker overall? You're going to have to let me know down in the comments below, because I am not 100% sure. But what I am sure of is Izio Boy is 3.8 seconds away, and I think Florida Man has also passed me. So it does take longer than 30 seconds to pit. Probably looking at closer to 40 seconds to pit. 35 maybe, because Florida Man was 30 seconds away from me when I entered the pits. And now they're approximately 5... Oh, Izio Boy had an incident there. 4.3, so yeah, 35 seconds throughout the whole pit. Florida Man is just ahead there. Hopefully I can get the power down enough to be able to reel them in on this back straight, rather overtake them on a straight wide open bit of section than, for example, within a bus stop, things like that, because things can get a little bit dicey. Anyway, jumping ahead to when I do start to overtake this Florida Man up in front, it's taken us a little bit to actually catch up to them. Now I have a feeling their tyres are going to be starting to be on quite a bit of wear at the moment, as well as I'm really see how slow they're going right now. They're really struggling to keep this car going. Don't get me wrong, in a straight line it's pretty quick, but in the cornering sections they are struggling to hold on. And the frustrating part about this is, with that vehicle, they've just done 28 minutes of this race on one set of tyres, so they're going to be on minor, or get the words out Flash, minor or moderate wear. As you can see now, they really are sketchy coming out of the corner, and I don't understand sometimes the mentality of battling. You've got another 32 minutes of this race to go. You're not going to be able to defend for 32 whole minutes and not even go into the pits yourself. So to me, I don't fully understand the need to be like this. And this coming up this braking section now is a valid point of what I'm saying. So braking at a normal braking point, they send it absolutely up the inside there, and I pretty much close the door myself. Thank you ever so much. And then guess what? I get a 0.019 mile penalty for that. Don't get me wrong, I could have braked, but also their send up from the mile back and then pretty much took away all of my area to drive, you know, it's a bit of a, I'd say a crappy move. But again, let me know what you think down in the comments below. You know, bearing in mind though, there are worn tyres. So it's not like they was ever going to be able to compete with me through the cornering section of it. And you can see, literally, it was on the last breath that they made that corner. So I don't know. I just don't understand it. I didn't understand the penalty either. Frustratingly, you know, don't get me wrong, I did hit him, but I wouldn't say it was a hit to the point of total destruction. But I guess Forza stewards can't predict that moment, as well as I couldn't predict my braking zone as coming out of that section there. And annoyingly, Florida Man is right behind, so hopefully I can get the power down and have enough power to get away from them. But yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, the steward side of things with the penalty system only sees me clipping into the side of that car, and it's obviously, it's right, I did clip the side of that car. But what the system doesn't recognise is obviously the mile-long send that person gave, and the whole track used to slow that one car down. But yeah, moving on, breaking out the second billboard in, turning in, etc. outside. Should have braked a little bit earlier there, would have had a far better corner entry. I was enjoying racing Izio Boy, who has now gone into the pits again. Yeah, I'm going to be back by myself again, aren't I? I gotta say, you gotta laugh at it. I do get myself into weird situations. But I'm happy though to be in position 3 still on the podium, and Sakuras up ahead is 17 seconds away. Well, there was 17 seconds away. Sakuras has gone into the pits, so hopefully that'll be their second pit at the moment, as the sun is starting to set. So that'll be their second pit, and they'll have one more after this, unless they go into hard tyres. And it will be a struggle for the latter section of the race if they did go on hard tyres now, because I still say it's about 2 or 3 minutes too early, so say 1 lap too early to be able to maximise the length of hard tyres. Surprisingly enough, Saltier Racer in position 1 is now 40 seconds away. As we settle in for the night, Saltier Racer is 14 seconds away. They have gone into the pits again. Now I'm quite curious of what tyres they have chosen to go for, because my hard tyres, are quite worn at the back. They're on minor wear. Thankfully though, Sakuras 23 is 27 or almost 28 seconds away, and Izio Boy is 48 seconds away, and Florida Man is behind Izio Boy. So if my maths are correct, 35-ish seconds to pit. Thankfully no penalty. 35 seconds to pit. I'll come out of the pits in front of Florida Man, but I won't come in front of Sakuras 23. Now Sakuras 23, again, don't forget, could also be on hard tyres. Now, mass of fuel. We have 40 minutes of this race remaining. It's 3.5 minutes a lap per lap, and I don't think, and I don't want to chance it, I have enough fuel. So I am going to stick a little bit of fuel in. I don't want to chance it. I don't know. Estimated laps remaining is 4. Is that a short 4 or a long 4? Because we have what? 3, 6, 9, 12, 4 laps remaining. Maybe a little bit more. Last thing you want to do is come out of the pits and then click onto 3 laps remaining. Like, you know, I don't trust the Forza fueling logic, and I certainly don't trust the pit crew. We've been here before, and I have broken down on the last lap of the race because I ran out of fuel. Sakuras is now 8.7 seconds away. So it was a quick pit, and we have 5 laps of fuel remaining, which is great news. And we are also on soft tyres, so they will be on hard. I'm going to be on soft, so that only means I can reel them in. I just got to trust in the car that these soft tyres are far grippier, and I can send it a lot more. And as you can see now, the insane grip this car has, it is on another level. How on earth I didn't get a penalty for that, I don't know. I really don't know. That was insane. As we catch up to Sakuras up in front, who is now 0.8 seconds away, Izio Boy did go into the pits again, so that makes him 58.2 seconds away. Sadly, we are also 52 seconds away from position 1. Actually, it's been a while now, but we're actually catching up to a GT3 car there. FRA, yeah, FRA Senpai up in front in a Ferrari. Brave choice, brave choice. Not too sure what the Ferrari is like, but we managed to really zoom past. Breaking into the section now, the Ferrari then decides to join the party and come side by side into this corner. And I, because of that, I expected them to try again. And I gained a 0.054 mile penalty. Absolutely insane. Thank you very so much for FRA for that one. I don't understand the logic of that, really. Unless they got so bored that they're not racing anybody, they wanted to race us. Either way, it is what it is. Thankfully, I'm not the highest penalty leader here. That goes to Saltier Racer, who has a tiny little bit more than myself. 0.004 mile more penalty than myself. Annoyingly though, Sakuras 23 has a 0.035, so unless I manage to pass them, it's going to be quite close. Oh, they braked. Let me through. Oh, awesome. Thanks very much, mate. Unless they went off track and got trying to avoid a penalty. Not too sure, but I will only say that they may have just let me pass because their tyres are going to be quite worn. There is only 5 minutes of this race remaining, and I would presume, being on hard tyres, it would be quite a detriment, as I am on the soft tyres. I would like to point out, and I don't think Sakuras 23 knew, is my soft tyres are quite worn. And they're quite worn to the point of scarily worn. And I don't know if it'll make another 5 minutes of this race. 36:41. Yeah, not good news. Not good news. I expected them to last longer, and yeah, I mean, 15 or less than 15 minutes would have been enough now. I mean, I'm not scrubbing them like I was before, you know. I'm being gentle with applying power, making sure I'm not scrubbing them, things like that. But nope. Sort of caught me off guard, to be quite honest with you, looking down at that right now. I have enough fuel though. That is the part that counts, because what is it, 3 minutes 42 a lap, and we have 4 minutes 20 of this lap race remaining, sorry. So that's 1 lap, 1.25 laps we have left, or half. Either way, I don't have the opportunity to pit again, so we're going to have to stick with what we have going for us at the moment, which is 1 minute remaining of this race. Saltier Racer is 55 seconds ahead, with quite a large penalty, 0.127 miles worth of penalty. That's insane. And Sakuras 23 is almost 16 seconds away from us behind. Izio Boy is almost 68.7 seconds away. That's coming in now. As you can see, my tyres, with 30 seconds of this race remaining, are wrecked. Let's be honest. But they're still really, really grippy. Like, I expected it to be awful. It's actually quite a pleasant drive. The rear tyres are on moderate wear, the front tyres are on minor wear, and it's had a little bit of skittiness now and again, really low speeds. It's really good. You see what I mean? They just send it into that corner there, and it's just perfectly happy to take it. And a little bit of tail happiness coming out of that section there, but it was absolutely controllable. But we've finished this race now in position 2. Absolutely insane. And how many penalties? You only got 4 penalties, Saltier Racer. That's absolutely insane. Florida Man came position 5. I'm not too sure the other people are. And if you'd also like to watch this hour-long video unedited, become a channel member by clicking that join button down below. Thank you all for watching. See you all next time. Goodbye.